gateways appeared connecting our world to another dimension. These gates left us vulnerable to horrors previously beyond our imagining. Some awakened their battle abilities to combat the threat. They are known as hunters.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our podcast.
And today we're covering the full first season of Solo Leveling.
Now we covered the Manwha and the first impressions video on the show when it first started airing. So now we're going to review the incredible first season, which we know will lead to more incredible seasons.
Please let it be. And before we start, be sure to like, subscribe, and click occasionally some future podcasts and well pause videos.
So a quick recap for those of you not familiar with Solo Leveling, translated as Only I Level Up. This is a Korean manhwa written by Chukong, South Korean, and the artist actually, Dubo, passed away, so they have someone else doing the art now. We are watching the anime, which began airing in January and finished in
I think
April?
March or April. Yeah.
in April. 12 episodes. Hopefully season 2 will be longer.
Hopefully, yeah, because it felt like it was a weird place to stop.
And it's actually considered a superhero anime.
Yes, that was a surprise. I actually never knew it was considered super. I thought it was considered fantasy or video game. Yeah, super! So, then we've already discussed on how we found out about this manhwa a couple years ago, and we're excited to finally see again an anime adaptation, because a lot of people who love these books for years have been saying it needs an anime adaptation because of how fantastic the writing was and the art style and the action and everything.
And we are currently on volume 9 when it comes out. We've caught up with the 2. They're released in the US 7 and 8 recently, and we thought 5 and 6 were crazy. This keeps getting crazier and crazier the more you read.
Yes, definitely.
It's not like any other anime out there right now.
Right. And like we said, it's only 12 episodes, and one of them is actually a recap episode, ironically.
7.5.
Right. And the manga itself, I guess they chose to end it here because really, Solo Leveling does not have an arc. It's just one story constantly going. It's just, that's it. There are no arcs broken down like other mangas or manhwas and other stories. It's one story constantly changing as it goes on. So for this one, I guess they said, well, we'll stop it at a certain point. I think they get about 2 to 3 volumes in when he starts leveling up even more and starts having the necromancy powers, and then that's when they decide to have the season stop. I guess they're going to prepare for the bigger events and bigger battles happening later.
So in this universe, this is a world where hunters, who are human warriors who possess supernatural abilities, battle deadly monsters to protect mankind from annihilation, and they show up in these dungeons. And the MC of this anime is Sung Jin-woo, and he is considered weak. He's an E-rank hunter at the beginning, and then this dire situation happens where a lot of people in the dungeon were killed. Some escaped, he didn't. You thought he was going to die, but then he has been given this unique ability to interact as a sole player with a mysterious program called the System. And he keeps leveling up, taking challenges, doing daily tasks, and so forth. So he goes from what they say, not to hot. So he levels up not only physically and mentally and strength-wise and so forth, that all these people were really just waiting to see him look hotter. Yes, he looks hot, but the story is fantastic. You got all these characters that are shout-outs to other anime characters.
Yes, a lot of them. And as the story,
including a very hot Lionel character, back.
That was freaking hilarious. And they even have him have a lion transformation in the show and the manhwa. So we want to bring this up forefront so people know.
And the symbol for his guild looks like the lion symbol.
The Thundercats. Oh my gosh.
And they had a Megami shout out, but he was an evil butthead.
Right. And
people
purple
were
hair.
happy until they found out
he was
how
evil.
He was.
Right.
And they took him out. So yeah, we're just gonna tell you.
Right. It's like, okay, we're just gonna put that aside now.
And it had all this fan art and memes and things going on. And I'm like, God, you don't want to like this guy.
Yeah, so
Like
just wait till,
Megami.
he said, oh, wait till next week and then you'll see why. And yes, all the arts looked amazing. The memes and everything were hilarious. And you definitely know it already had a huge fan base, and now it's got an even bigger one with this anime adaptation. And before you ask, yes, there are going to be some people that say it's overhyped or overrated. It's nothing like the book. They got better anime and stuff, but that just comes with territory. Just about any new anime that comes out, people love. Someone's going to say it's not as good as these other ones that are already out, or they say it clears something else that they don't want to be popular.
Well,
So
they're saying it's not like the book. They haven't read the book because right now it's almost 1-to-1 right now.
right.
And they've added a little extra in like MHA and JJK and others do, and it's anime exclusive.
Right.
But it's almost 1-to-1 and it's fantastic. So in here, Jinwoo is in his 20s. I think he's 24 or 25.
Mm-hmm.
He is taking care of his younger sister because his mom is in a coma. Yes, it sounds like JJK.
Yeah.
Something happened to her. She has a mysterious illness that they don't have a cure for. And he's able to actually get an elixir from the game that cures her. It's not a spoiler. You would have found it out anyway. So his sister's in high school. He takes care of her. And his job is working in the guild. And now that he's leveling up and he can take down and beat other hunters who are A and S
Yes.
rank, he is making millions. He has teamed up with Sung Jin Ah. No, that's his younger sister.
I'm sorry.
Jin Ho. He is a D hunter. He's the son of a billionaire, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so he wants him to join him in the guild. He promised him a building. Other people promised him money. He's being promised he can make his own guild.
Mm-hmm.
That tells you how good he is, that he's getting special treatment others don't get.
Right.
But he's an interesting character. He is a character that wants justice. He is loyal. He is kind. Yes, he can kick butt. Yes, he can get angry. But you can see in him, well, actually, you can hear him because he has this inward talk. You can hear it from, and he thinks carefully before he makes decisions and takes actions.
Right.
And he even looks at the stats in the game before he decides what to use and what actions to take.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not oh, I'm just the crap. I'm the big guy. I can do all that. He doesn't act like that.
He still acts a little self-conscious like he did before he leveled up. So
Now
that part of him's still in there.
Now they do have in here where there's a Chinese hunter. Her name is Cha Hyen, and she's blonde and beautiful, and she's S rank, and everyone loves her. And at first she looks at him like he's interesting, but then he saves her life before the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I'm sorry, that's in the book, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but she does make an appearance in here
Right, she
long
does.
before she has official debut.
So I'm just spoiler alert. In the book, she falls for him because he saves her life.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know if this is going to come up in season 2 or possibly season 3. It would have to be a longer season 2 because there's just so much content
Right.
that has not been covered in the earlier volumes.
Right.
And right now they're doing 1-to-1, so they're going to have to make the season longer to
Yeah,
cover more
they will.
ground.
Yeah, they will. And as it goes on, you're still engaged in the story. And I think what helps is Alex Lee's performance, especially when they're doing the fights in here, the constant amount of fights, and you're thinking, oh, they cut some out. No, the fights are just so long they gotta put in another episode.
And he really gets all into it. Hopefully you're able to see the video here. If not, we can put up a link to the video for you to see on Twitter.
Right.
Where Caitlin Glass had him filmed, so you can see just how much energy he puts into the performance. He goes all in, he gets crazy, he looks crazy, and now you can hear why it comes across the way it does when he voice acts.
Right.
So now that you brought him up, let's give a shout out to the English dub voice cast.
Yes.
Alex Lee, as we mentioned, as Jinwoo. He is fantastic. He was the perfect casting. You have Justin Reiner as Jin Ho.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is the D rank hunter,
Yes.
but he's not weak in terms of he's trying to get stronger. He wants to prove to his dad that he should take over the company, and if he won't let him because he wants to give it to his older brother, that he can make his own guild.
Right.
So he's a good guy. And you've got Jina Sung, who is Jinwoo's sister. You got Park Kyung Hee, voiced by, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you that. His sister's voiced by Rebecca Wang. I told you who Jinho's voiced by. Danny Chambers does Lee Joo-hee, and she is a Korean B ranker who specializes in healing magic.
Yeah.
And you can see that she has a crush on Jin-woo, and he likes her.
Right.
You'll find out more about that later. Cha Hae-in is voiced by Michelle Rojas. You also have quickly Ken Williams, some are familiar, some we aren't. You have David Rudd.
Oh my gosh.
Kwang Dong-soo. You also have, I think there's a couple more. Christopher Sabat.
Oh, yes.
Armstrong Ho.
It's hilarious, yes.
Ian Sinclair. Sun Wan Cho, who also voices in Delicious in Dungeon. He voices, is it Senji?
Yes.
Yes, he voices Senji. And you have quite a few more. There are so many hunters in here and so many characters that there's going to be a consistent appearance of tons of voice actors. You know, Caitlin Glass is the ADR, and she has put up some stellar voice actors we're all familiar with.
Yes.
So hopefully you have watched Solo Leveling. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? It's exclusively on Crunchyroll. Get over there and watch it. It's unlike anything you've seen. And do yourself a favor and get the manhwa as well. Read them and watch them together. That's what we're doing. Give it a watch. Come back. Tell us what you think. If you have seen it, let us know your thoughts on the first season. Were you pleased? Were you let down? Did you think it was fantastic? How do you like the voice cast? Who are your favorite characters or your favorite character? Tell us what you think. And no, Kanji Tang is not in here.
No. No, but he might be next season.
He may be.
Oh, and if you haven't already, subscribe for updates, weekly reviews for your anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. And thank you for subscribing and for sharing our videos. It helps our channel a lot. And as always, you are special.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And Mom Entertainment.
Have a toontastic day.
Peace.